What do we think?
What do we think?
All right, not this time. I'm thinking, you know, Pangolier has a counter. I think EG also spent probably like 20% of their time between the games to think about the draft, 80% of the time how to counter that question mark. Because it's a mental warfare out there.
I'm very excited to see it. I'm very happy that we're getting to see an RTZ PA. I think this is going to be one of those carry heroes that either just is explosive, pops off and carries the whole game on his back, or he's going to look very underwhelming. So a lot of focus on whether RTZ is going to have an amazing game, or if maybe that question mark is going to tilt him off his sort of game. Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, getting ourselves ready for this game now. 2-1 at the moment. EG still with the advantage here in this best of 5. And Lacoste. Now, I've got to ask, if you're getting question marked, are you playing better the next game, or does it get to you?
There needs to be some kind of response. You know, you need to have a strat prepared for this, because you cannot let this not be punched. Like, you need to punish the question mark in the old chat. You need to start tipping. Like, if Emo gets killed, I expect all 5 tips, you know, just straight going onto him.
Let's see what sort of game Emo can have. We saw last time Emo had a really good start, had a tough mid game where a few over-aggressive moves did hurt him. And then obviously was able to pick it back up in the late game, level 25 boys. Eyes on him. And overall, what sort of jumps out to you as being necessarily strong, weak from both of these drafts?
IG, they have like a good laning stage, you know, Troll, pretty much he always finds a farm, goes back to jungle, farms that Battle Fury. Emo on Ember Spirit has been really impressive. Like, whenever you have Ember Spirit, you need to have something that deals tower damage, JT on the bottom lane, on a bloodseeker. We've seen what bloodseeker can do, either to position 4 Pangolier or to position 1 Phantom Assassin. Like, it's just kind of cripples your TZ played the exact same matchup. I believe it was the first game, and like, you can't blink. Like, you blink, you take the damage, it's gonna be hard. Also, JT should have a relatively good time on the bottom lane. Playing into Phantom Assassin, there isn't just not enough damage to threaten a kill. I would say on a Bloodseeker, he has 6 armor, starting with the magic stick. One thing they need to do is block the big camp. Just Kaka needs to body block the big camp, and so Fly can't get the big creep.
Ollie nearly gets taken out there, just has to put the fire. Salve there is crit. Get aggressive onto him. Blood rights. Fly's got to be careful. Kaka, especially when they hit level 2, they're going to have good setup to hold either Fly or RTZ in the blood right.
Yeah, that's what you want to have. Whenever the Bloodseeker is picked, you want to have some kind of slow, some kind of stun to pair it up with the blood right, keep them inside.
So yeah, things are going in the mid lane, pretty even so far in the early levels. Now Arbed, very comfortable now into the Storm with the amount of games that we've go for it in the draft.
He's just eating up. No, these are just practices, and this is the game that matters.
Where are you going?
Oh, Bloodseeker.
Put the stick charges. RTZ turns his attention over towards Kaka. The blood right's down. RTZ's got to back off, but the Hex is going to catch RTZ inside of the blood right. JT and Kaka, they're going to dive to finish off the kill. They'll get it. First blood for IG as they take down RTZ. Stuns back up from Kaka. He'll look to Fly. They're getting both of them there as Fly. Down to the last couple of tangos, does have a salve coming out. But smart moves there from IG as they bait RTZ in.
Bloodseeker is so tanky, like you could see him holding on to the Fairy Fire, comes back in, Magic Stick, gets some heal from the Thirst. It's a lot of damage, you know, because there was a fight going on, they could not block the camp, so Fly will take over the big creep. Now they need to be careful. Having Hellbear Smasher with that clap, it's a lot of damage. It's a 150 damage.
Let's get mid crit. Coming in for that extra bit of damage onto Emo. Emo's got the Fairy Fire, but can he get one more hit? He can't. Emo's going to be fine. Still has 2 tangos to keep himself in the lane.
Okay, here we come. Tips, a bit of a voice lines used. This is a standard crit move from position 4 whenever he has any kind of slow, any kind of stun. He hides and then TPs to the mid lane, leaves some solo XP to Ice.
Yeah, sure. Gives it the opportunity for solo XP. Is he actually going to live it, Ice? Not quite. Fly. Just enough damage there to take him out.
Yeah, that Orb of Venom actually making a difference. You know, just holding him a bit closer to them so they can deal the damage.
Seeing mid. Arbed getting bullied back a little bit. Does have a salve. Again, multiple mangoes and clarities coming out to keep him in the lane. That 4-minute power rune going to be incredibly important here between these two spirits. See what sort of moves are made to secure that for each side's mid. Bottom lane, despite that kill and the pressure being put onto Arteezy, his farm's still looking solid. 16-5 against the 13-4 of JT. Gonna look to try and chase down Kaka here.
They're making a move on Lion. Already used pretty much everything they had. Blood right.
Try and turn it, set up for the blood bright, but he's gonna go down. As he get the kill, JT won't be able to finish off Fly.
This was an easy one. Kaka just kind of handles this kill to them. Runes, Emo bottled a DD. Arbed needs to be a bit more careful with that double damage on the Ember Spirit. Like also rotation from Lion could possibly come onto the mid lane.
Top high side sus. Grab the free wave, also able to get. Fly's courier there. Turns. Fly, try for maybe another move down bottom with the set. Starting to beat down onto JT. JT with the blood right. Fly will still be caught in it, so if they continue to commit on to JT.
A lot of slow, 100 move speed.
Control here with the stun of the centaur, but the stick charges are up and a TP's coming in as well. Arteezy's got to be careful. Emo making the moves over and he has that DD room ready to go, holding him in the blood right. Arteezy trying to run. Is he going to be able to jump out in time? He is. Over to the safety of Fly.
JT.
IG, they'll continue to run him down. They will manage to take his courier, so that's the one gone for a minute. Emo, is he going to have another catch? Still closing in on Arteezy. Chasing him away from the lane. Arteezy needs help, and
he wants to blink out once again. 2 blinks. He lost a lot of CS, but so did JT. But JT realizes, you know, I'm not gonna chase. I do not have boots of speed. Instead, I'll come back to the lane and get some extra levels. Also, I want to see another point in a blood right. He went for 2 points in thirst. It got nerfed, you know. This spell was so OP mid lane.
They're going in onto Arbed. TP coming in. Arbed, he may just be able to turn a takedown. Ollie pops the Verify, but Emo's chasing down. Burning him. It's not enough though. Arbed will live, and now Emo underneath the tower. Fly's going to be able to turn and pressure Emo. Emo's got the bottle charges, salving up as well.
He's out of mana, does not have enough for a spear. Oh, that was so close. Like if that connects, he's just straight up dead. So slow for more of a venom damage might just be enough. Top rune, haste. Emo, his bottle will get refilled.
You ever grab that haste though? It's Arbed. He's going to have that. Play is definitely possible to me being made. But now, okay, looks like he's going to use that boosted movement speed to get around some jungle camps. He look to just head back to base, get that reset, and look for some sort of TP gang, because level 6 has been hit. Arbed can look to make an impact on the side lanes if he sees an opportunity.
Fly is very low on the top lane, needs 1 CS to be level 6. Let's see where he decides to... Top is being pinged out. Move on a mid. He just uses Remnant, gets back to safety. Arteezy not getting too much out of the bottom lane.
He's had to spend quite a bit of time moving away after Emo came in and chased him away from this. So Arteezy having a bit of a slower start. Pressure from IG. Now IG getting some damage done to the tower. Arteezy still left on his own on this bottom, as you see Fly have to TP over towards the mid, get the bottle refill for Arbed. And Crit continue to play as the faces of Ollie and Fly.
And now they smoke. They need to help Arteezy. Yeah. He's level 5, 7 minutes in. Doesn't have too much CS. Like Dead Prophet has more CS than Arteezy right now. It's kind of worrying, so they need to gank his lane.
Let's see if Arbed can get the jump in. Is Kaka gonna start things with the stun onto Arteezy, but IG, they are relatively aware of this. They'll try and lead in, but the Hex and the Bloodbright laid down will stop them from being able to close the gap onto JT. Just might stop them from getting Kaka now. Arbed's gonna look to dive. He's able to dodge the stun, gets in on top of him. They'll be able to free up the space for Arteezy on this bottom lane a little bit more now.
Even though there was a good Hex into silence, they still get the kill on position 5. They wanted to kill the Bloodseeker there, because he is, you know, he's more farmed than Arteezy at this point. Like he has 14 denies, 32 CS.
Ready, Emo. We'll see the jump from Arbed and Fly. Put Remnant back to the mid, but Crit's around and he's picked up the Arcane Rune. Emo up to the high ground and a TP coming in from Kaka to stop EG from diving with the 3 of them.
Seems like the story of this major for the mid laners is refill the bottle. Like, whoever can die, whoever can go to base, just please refill my bottle so I can keep playing aggressively.
And in Secret's case, it's oops, I shouldn't have picked up that bottle. A lot of bottle shenanigans around the mid lane have occurred this tournament.
Yeah, no one lost their bottle in this game. That's what's important. That Prophet is level 6. They can start putting some pressure on the top tower because Troll does not want to be in the lane anymore. Someone else needs to be there. I'm not sure if they can defend. Like, one thing they can do is possibly rotate another hero to the bottom and just outnumber them in pressure. And that's exactly what the Fly does. Like, he wants to get a trade from it.
On top lane, space is there for Ice to commit with the Ghost. This tier 1 will be taken down by EG. Defense from IG as they look to just try and find space to get the farm going for Fly.
So it will be a trade. Bottom tower dropping very low. They know no one is there. Defending, JT going for a road of ATAS, which I really like, against the Phantom Assassin, against the Storm Spirit, and of course, good setup for Blood Red.
Getting a little bit baited here as Karkok's having to step up and turn things with the Hex and the stun. They lock down Arbed. Arbed, very aggressive move there as he starts to punch into Emo, but Emo's got backup.
Emo also needs to be careful about using those tips straight away. Need to save some for the mid and late game.
Tip management, a very, very important level of resource management in Dota 2. Games like this where quite a bit's on the line, major grand finals. Gotta make sure you're ready to hit your enemy when it hurts.
I'm looking at the chat right now. A lot of question marks. Seems like they're not. Chat does not know what we're talking about. We need to explain things.
It's a very confusing game, Dota 2, so I think it's the natural response from the viewers.
They're like, what is this? What's happening? Like, everything needs to be explained. No one knows anything. 2021, what a year to be in.
It's big crit. He's gonna roll, he's gonna TP, but the blood, he has to stop it. He has to stop it to stop the bleeding.
You just die. Like, if you try to TP out at these early levels and you're not tanky enough, you just straight up die.
Stupendous!
Emo making some good space to push in on the mid here with JT. So that Rod of Atos first. Ollie, level 5. Try and find this Phoenix 6 if they can. Bottom Fly getting some good spaces. Couple of health coming out. Perseverance done. On the way to the Battle Fury and still sitting at that top spot in net worth. RTZ also making steps towards his. Picked up the broadsword.
Yeah, you want to get, as a Phantom Assassin, if you did not pick up Ring of Health in the laning stage, you really don't need it for the jungle pretty much. Especially if you find something like a Royal Jelly, then you have enough regeneration. So just get more damage, you're going to get more farm because of the damage. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you can see here, Emo does not want to use his tip there, so Kaka steps in like a real bro.
Yeah. Their tips spread nice and even. No telling how long this game could go. With both teams having a Battle Fury carry, this could step up to be one of the longer ones. Emo coming in very aggressively here. Arbed's going to be able to set things up, but the silence from Ice not quite there in time. Emo's able to just escape.
If they connect with that silence, roll, and another roll, bounce, I think they have enough damage to bring him down. They also have enchant, so they can dispel his flame guard, which is a pretty big deal.
Kaka and JT, they're out on the hunt with this smoke, seeing if they can maybe find Arteezy. Crit again, just trying to get in position to put a stop to these sort of moves, but it's a good long wraparound from IG.
And look what Kaka is doing. He's saving the tome, just does not want to use it to show on the board. Maybe they use the tome. He's still level 5, so he does not want to show that he can, have that finger in a team fight.
Right, they're going to be able to get the setup on a Fly, caught in the Bloodbright Fly. He's healing up. Now IG, they'll chase him down, take out the Enchantress, and with that, they'll have the space to push down this tier 1.
And now, because he got that XP, Kaka hands over book to Phoenix, who kind of needs a bit more XP. They're stacking the books. This is what I've noticed throughout this series. Like, Phoenix will not use this book. He'll try to get level 6 and give it to someone else if it's needed.
Yeah, it's sort of just being used as an emergency.
Yeah, exactly. IG's library. but you need to return the book. Otherwise, police gonna get you.
Yeah, fine's gonna be. Fury progress, fly, sword away. It's easy. Got enough to pick up his claymore. Very close still between the two of them. A little bit of a lead for Fly. Smoke up from EG. They get aggressive with the Rolling Thunder and the lead in from Arbed. Good ways to start the fights. JT is pushing out on this bottom lane alone. So if they can punish this, JT stuck around a little too long, as here we have it. The lead in from Arbed sets up a crit to perfectly get the Rolling Thunder. And there'll be no chance for a turnaround from JT. Smoke pays off.
They're gonna delay that Rod of Atos, which is gonna be a pretty big deal. Great setup for the Blood Right once again. Ice has size. A bit of a more like team fight oriented build. These are like 2 points in silence, 2 points in Cribs form. But he's still keeping at the top 3 networks, which is pretty impressive.
This extended silence is going to be ever so more effective against Emo as well. When you see the Javelin, you know that it's not going to have a straight up Yule's rush. You're going to have that extra window where there won't be any counterplay to the silence.
Over here.
Down bottom, Fly. He's going to find an Arbed that's got no mana. Arbed with no chance of an escape. Fly's just able to pop the ult and take him down.
No tips whatsoever, so they're just keeping it. You know, they feel maybe Abed's gonna die multiple times, and this is gonna get the Troll Warlord to his Battle Fury, a bit of a delayed Battle Fury, but you know, it's an Orb of Venom, Magic Wand, Phase Boost Battle Fury 15 minutes in, it's still fine. Phantom Assassin just needs another 800 gold to finish off hers.
No messing around from Emo in his build. After the Maelstrom, going straight into the BKB. Won't have to deal with the threat of the Orchid of Arbed, the silence of Ice.
BKB is just a much safer choice, where like you don't care about pretty much any of the abilities other than the Exorcism.
Meanwhile, Arbed, he's got to be careful. The Rod of Atos done on JT. IG have some pretty phenomenal setup.
And once you get a BKB on Ember Spirit, your Flame Guard cannot be purged off by Enchantress. Smoke from IG.
It's been scanned out though. EG, no little moves being made upon them. Careful how they stand around this position, but no tier 1 tower backing them up. It's Ice. He's still stepping over into this. They're going to be able to find the setup. Fingers getting dropped down into the Blood Right. They're looking to burst through him. He's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to withstand the damage from all these items. Crit being ruptured, also has no escape. It's IG, despite the fact that EG scan it out, they knew something was coming. They weren't able to react or get away in time, as they still lose too.
Like, they tried to pull themselves a bit more towards the north. They thought that Prophet can potentially, you know, tank all that damage. She's super tanky. Like, look at all these small items on Ice's size. Power Treads and...